Hello and welcome to TTTT. My name is Amina Abdi Rabar. My panelists tonight, I've got Silva Kido, I have Cindy Ogana.
Yes!
Hi guys.
Hi Amina.
It's a threesome.
Surely.
Cindy, you have bad manners.
I don't know
Menage
why
a
you know
trois.
about threesome,
Menage a trois, Cindy.
but
Mr.
I mean it
Mavi for
in
violence.
the PG way.
Whoa. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that.
I didn't see that coming
at
from
all.
Cindy.
Kwanza venye ni Friday unajua Kido anaanza na assalamu alaikum, alafu Juma Karim, right?
Mazee.
How are you Kido? You're well?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing very, very well.
Nice.
Yani niko sawa.
Nice. It was a productive week for you.
Very productive.
Okay, all right. I like that. Dollar billionaire vibes.
Yes.
Not even billionaire. Nice.
Yes,
I see it. I see it. Cindy, you've been good?
I've been good, I've been great. Came from Narok, met fantastic people. It's such a fantastic county.
Shout out to the people in Narok.
Massive shout out, yeah.
Wanna watch show?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Salimi Amina, you know those salams that you get along
Yeah.
the way? I'm like, yeah.
Amina,
So
you
just
don't
know
know-
everywhere I
Salimia.
go,
Yeah.
when you let them show Amina.
Stop.
Yes.
That's not what they say.
Yeah.
Yes. Before it was Ile Shoyalari, now it's Shoyamina. So yes,
shout
I'm
out to
Cindy
them.
Ogana for the record.
People of Narok, hello. How are you? Do let us know where you're watching the show from, by the way. On social media at The Trend Live is our handle on X. And a lot has been happening on X. We have to dive in and talk about some of those stories. So please do jump on that hashtag, TTTT. Let's get started with the funniest pasta. Genuinely, I think it's really for comic relief because I don't know if people... Anyway, now a video of Pastor Nganga has surfaced the internet, and of course it's disappointed very many people. He was pretty upset because he said that he received very little offering from his congregation. He's seen on the video throwing the offering from the collection box, which was by the dustbin, but he was throwing it on the floor, complaining, wondering, "Ni nani mmeleta hii pesa kidogo? You peasants, what's happening? Tafuteni pesa." Let's just check out the video. All right, fine. So unfortunately, we don't have it, but it's him just. Cindy, did you see it?
I saw it, and he even pointed at some lady and said, "Where mama?" You know, like almost like probably she looks all nice and glam, and then she's come with kidogo money. It's not the first time we've talked about Pastor Nganga and his antics. I think it's come to be expected. You know, when he plays guitar, when he sings rumba, when he tukanas people and talks about his sex capades and all that sort of stuff, it's come to be expected. So I wasn't shocked when I saw something like this. You know, I felt bad for the lady who was mulikwat at the front. You can find that's probably all she had.
Yeah.
But, you know, willing buyer, willing seller. If you know this is your cup of tea, you know this is what you evangelize with, you know this is what you tolerate, you know, you accept what you tolerate. So yeah. Massive shout out to the guys of their church, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
get
not for
it,
you.
but
Not your
it's
cup
not
of
for
tea.
me. But you know, to each
Yeah.
his own. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, what's the story? What's the vibe? What's the bangi? What is the
From the
what's
outside,
the tea?
you know, from the outside, because for some people who don't know, you know, what the inner workings of churches, what happens during service, and these are the clips that we see, and the others of those guys, you know, being told to do where they're sprayed with.
Yes.
There are all these things that they're just eating, consuming, and they're being slapped. Those are the clips we see.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the perception.
So you and Kido are like,
We're like, hey! Yani unatukanwa unapigiwa kelele kisha next week on
As
Sunday
I wear my
you
hijab,
are
you're
back.
like,
You're back. Kido, you have to be careful, but what are your thoughts?
For me, I'll say we need to move on with life. This kind of, you know, pastors we have in the society, actually, they're leading us back. They're taking us back. I believe, mimi nimesoma Biblia when I was growing up. I remember of a case in the Bible whereby there was a woman who donated, was it 3 cents in the church? Now, according to the Christian teachings, alikuwa considered ambayo mtu alitoa something big for the society, for the church. Now, what I'll say is that, you see, Pastor Nganga won't change to become another Pastor Nganga.
yeah.
We don't expect much. Some of us, maybe some of them, they went to the church maybe just for the word. Of course, Pastor Nganga will disappoint you always. Ataleta band, ataleta matusi. That's part of preaching a Pastor Nganga. So at the moment whereby alichukua hiyo do kutupa chini, I feel ali offend the churches. I feel I'll offend the waumini ambao wamekuja kanisani. For me, what I'll say, I'll suggest to, if we can have a society whereby sio lazima to contribute our offering mbele ya watu. we can have other options. I don't know if it's possible to ban, easy offering na sadaka kwa kanisa. If possible,
you can't ban.
What
The
do
church
you
has
mean?
to run.
I mean, you see,
they also have operations.
They have
Amina,
operational
kutoa ni
Na pia
roho ya
kuna-
mtu,
najua
kutoa ni
like-
roho ya mtu. Kuna watu ambao wana run churches kama biashara. That's why unapata kama hiyo incidents ya kutolewa sadaka ndogo. Mtu anakuwa offended, ana feel disappointed. Unaget, hii nini mmetolea, hii nini mnapatia watu. Unajua, you don't need to command. Saa hii we are living in a society whereby even just to afford a bread or a milk, hakuna. So mtu amekuja amehustle, ametoa 50 bob, amejinyima, ametoa kwa sababu ya kutolea Mungu. Hajatolea Pastor Nganga. Mtu ametoa maybe isaidie kurun operation ya kanisa.
And that is why kido, mimi nasema willing buyer, willing seller. Unajua kuna kanisa zingine unaenda, you expect such drama. There are some churches that even accept offerings and tithes in kind. If you're a farmer, you have harvest, you bring, because it will feed the pastors, feed the priests, and it will feed the needy. Unaenda kwa kanisa ya mtu yule akona siasa paka akona TikTok paka anatukanana. What do you expect?
And you know what do you expect? You know, sometimes I feel like now you're being you knew what you were getting when you go there. This is what you came for. Why are you surprised when I come and I slap you because you were falling asleep in my church? Si umeona nikifanya hivyo. But I think it's hilarious. I know there are people who go there just for laughs. Trust, I know there are people. I've seen guys go there to record TikToks and record, clips for their Instagram. Yani it's become content creation. That is wild. Lakini kido amilk na abread ni nini? Unajua hizi vitu? This what is that?
Rangi is the only guy. Now it will be that me and you are ganging up against the
We bullied everyone.
He's the only guy.
What I'm trying to say.
It's okay, bro. It was a passion. It was a passion.
The message came across by
It did.
Where badoni, where to kido.
Yeah.
You're still awesome.
This is why I'm called toxic. I need to stop. Anyway, now after public uproar, the ministry of Health has responded to concerns raised by Kenyans regarding potential adverse effects from the ongoing polio vaccination campaign. Reports allege that some children have fallen ill after receiving the vaccine and that vaccination teams are concealing their vehicle identities. The ministry has acknowledged these concerns, dismissing them as rumors and misinformation, and confirmed that investigations are underway. The ministry urges the public to wait for official results before spreading any unverified information. But I think that's impossible in the world of social media. People will share all types of things, and yes, there are still very many people who read things online and take it as fact. That's why you should follow credible pages. You should follow Nation, for example, NTV, Daily Nation. Once it's posted there,
It's the truth and it's verified,
it's true. Especially, with polio, something that we had dealt with a long time ago. I remember when we were growing up, there were ads back to back to back to back. Let's kick polio out of Kenya. Let's kick. So we've come a really long way. Kido?
What I'll say is that we need to be careful with the information we consume up online, because everyone is a journalist now. There's kila mtu ni content creator, blogger. People are being paid even just to spread false information. So as a parent, as a guardian, you need to be careful. If you have any inquiry about maybe polio vaccination, if you've seen a material going viral, please visit the nearby, your health facility, confirm, ask. As well, come very active on the social media platforms. We have verified accounts we have verified accounts with badges of government, offices, hospitals, so you can easily reach out, maybe DM, or you can ask a question in regards to that. As well, Pia, this government has much information, so kama unataka number unaweza kwa chief, kuna number online, always verify. As a parent pia ni vizuri sana ule mtu amekuja pale kuleta hiyo vaccination, you have a right to ask for the identification, you have a right to check even the polio, uangalie kama iko na expiry, iko na inquiry, na if you doubt anything, these things sometimes haidanganyi. Ukifeel like hapana, you can raise a concern. Pia vile vile ukiona watu ambao wana spread false information, Amina, what I'll suggest is that our watu washikwe, they have to suffer, or they have to pay for the consequences.
And then, this spreading of false information talking about, I guess it's in the age that we're living in. Yeah. So many, especially when it comes to gazette notices, so many are circulated, and you're like, later on you go share them, and it's gone, it's fake. So it's true. There should be some sort of prevention for fake news. My son is under the age of 5, so he got the polio vaccine. He's fine. However, I do appreciate that vaccines react very differently to different children. Yeah. For example, now I got the COVID vaccine, I got COVID. Like I got the COVID-like symptoms. It was for a day and it was fine. Other people, they were okay. They didn't feel anything. It depends on your immune system. It depends on your child. It's also good to know why these campaigns happen. You're like, kila wakati watoto wanapewa vaccine ya polio. They're trying to sterilize our children. There's a disease control department in the government. And if something breaks out at some sector because of how fast it spreads, and let me tell you, children are spreaders of disease.
They are, especially school-going.
Yes, they have to curb it.
Yeah.
So if the government has worked so hard to kick polio out of Kenya, they are not going to take chances of some child found in Suji, which refugee camp, who has polio. They will just make sure that they are measured. So Kido, you know, you actually do have a point. Sometimes what on Kambaya and all that stuff, just creating false narratives and fear. Yeah. Well, all the information is out there. Now, challenge is, there is also information sometimes we are given from reliable government sources. You're like, unatubeba tu hapa.
Unatuona kama nini yako.
Unatuona kama sasa.
Wewe Cindy, let's take a break. Let's take a break. This girl is trying to get us fired. And welcome back. You're watching TTTT at The Trend Live is our handle on X. Please, I'd love to hear your thoughts about any of the stories we have discussed so far. And this one, the next one I'm about to touch, this one that I'm about to talk about, this is the one I want to hear. Hey, your 2 cents. Now, this story will have you question, what Kenyans are they actually talking about? It's not me or any of my friends. Now, according to a new pre-report by global wealth intelligence firm New World Wealth, the number of Kenyans worth at least $1 million, yes, you heard me right, $1 million, has risen by over 100 in the past year, bringing the total to 4,500. Nairobi remains Africa's 4th richest city, maintaining its position from last year. Now, I don't, Cindy and Kido, do you guys know any dollar millionaires?
I think I know by proxy.
By proxy? What about you, Kido?
I know by proxy, maybe, but I don't know
my bosses.
I know
by
someone
proxy.
Who's almost there.
Almost there?
But okay. Studio.
Oh yeah, there's Amina.
Shut up, by
honey,
the way.
I mean, just look at how you dress. There's no way you dress like
my clothes.
The rest of us who are busy going to a market.
So you can't get
nowhere.
I'm not stop being humble, Amina.
Wait. I look almost homeless, usually, on day to day. You've seen me. Wacheni ufala.
Honey, we see the gigs you do. Oh, first class please.
Let's just, no. I think it's just wash people. Honestly, I think it's money laundering.
No.
You're legit, Amina.
You don't, no, I'm not talking about myself, by the way.
See, you thank God. Small girl, big God. Hashtag things.
Hey.
But you've brought in a very good point. I won't lie, this is money laundering. There's absolutely no way.
Yes.
What do you mean
business
no way?
There's something called economies of scale. When economies grow, they grow gradually.
Yes.
There's something somewhere that's producing things, that's spreading money into the economy. People are buying it, people are getting employed, so there's that circle.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, there's cash. And people are rich. Where is this money coming from? It cannot be legit. It cannot be business legit.
Are you an entrepreneur, Cindy?
Sorry?
Are you an entrepreneur?
Yes, I am.
Unafanya nini? Unauza nini?
Mimi niko na biashara. I sell, let me
kuna watu wana supply kitunguu.
I sell insoles. Za viatu za kuweka ndani. Let me tell you, it does not even pay school fees. Na hizi taxes na nini.
Unauzia nani?
Nini mtu analeta hana factory ya kutengeneza tissue ama chakula, and they have 1 million, as in their assets, their cash value is worth $1 million. That's more than about 170 million Kenya shillings. Ini biashara gani unafanya and you don't own a factory?
Also, shout out to the ladies, by the way, because also, let me tell you, Cindy.
Yes.
Now, I think it's, legal. I think their source of wealth is legal. Kido, and I'm not being sexist. It's just that they just seem legit. Their businesses seem legit. Because one of them does deals with wood. So she imports, exports. I see her do that. And anyway, so they're just, they're owners of several clubs around Nairobi, are, ladies. There's a brand new hotel, Apo Bypass, kama uneshinoko, Kiampuro, Dumeyona, near a certain lady. So, women are also really working hard. So shout out to them. So Najua wako Apo among the 100 that have now joined the 4,500. Is it 4,500?
Imagine.
4,500. Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, kitu ni tricky.
Wengi
lakini-
pia ni politics other than wash pia
Oh,
Cindy.
politicians
Hizo
wanajua
deals
hizi
za
kosa.
nini.
Aya, hapana,
Hizo
kitu-
deals Morara ameshinda aki-expose.
Aya, hapana, kitu kwanza hizi ma nightclub that are coming up every corner. Don't
That's
even
true.
get me
Wachana na nightclub,
started.
apartments, Cindy.
Apartment.
Mall.
Kilimani. Kilemeshwa.
Kilimani has no
It's
space.
true. It is
Paka imekuwa
true.
pipeline. Hata hakuna jua, unanika nguo ndio building nyingine imekam. Where are people getting money to build? And you see it's an individual.
Yeah.
Sio chama, sio sako kama kitambo.
Yeah.
Lakini kuna watu pia
telling
wana inherit mali ya Cindy.
Yep.
Unajua ndugu yako maybe anaweza kufa kesho mamilionea.
I saw what you did there.
Kuna makosa gani ukiandika kwa will?
Hakuna.
Alafu
Unachukua kila kitu pia. You know what I mean? Kwanza hii community ya kina Cindy, you also inherit the wife. So inaenda na the whole family. You know? You just start and retire right then and there. But yeah, kido wewe.
Shout out to my brother, Fred Ogana, please. You know, feel free to put me in your will. I don't know. A couple of apartments, I don't mind.
You don't mind.
I don't
No,
mind.
but honestly, my brother, what has he been doing? Ebu, he works hard. He can see what other brothers are doing. You know, there are other people, because when you're 2 or 3 in the family, tunategemea mmoja afanye bidii, si wengine tuishi, tukwe black sheep. So
Standards
I
have
would urge
been
them to
set.
work harder.
Dear brothers.
Standards, please, dear, all across the country. If you're a brother,
mimi nitakuwa tu familia iko na millionaire mimi na nimeona. That's the only way.
not millionaire. Like if you join, you know, one of these political families, you're set.
Yeah, because the
It's
yeah,
true.
because the
Let's
dad
be
doesn't
honest.
want her child to marry somebody who is not a dollar millionaire. Utaingizwa tu kwa family business, all of a sudden Prado manini.
Unafunguliwa account hapo nini?
In fact, that Prado is just the way you know things are happening.
How do you mean?
Coming.
Because it's usually the first car I notice a lot of, you know,
I
people
don't know
buy.
what it is, by the way,
I don't get
you know.
it too. But the other day I saw a really nice Rolls Royce. Yeah, so there's a page that shares all these cars, and I think he stands somewhere in Kilimani.
Yes,
and
I
they're
know
all
that page.
yeah, and that should tell you we do have dollar millionaires, because why do we have a Lamborghini on the streets
Because
of Nairobi
kuna
with all
watu
these
wengi ni
potholes?
there's a word that is used, and I'll use it in context, sort of falashtuka, where all of a sudden, maskini akipata matako ulia mbwata.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you are broke, then you have cash. You know, you will not think of buying a Toyota Corolla.
But you see your
You
mentality
will buy a
unafaa kuchange
Lamborghini.
pia.
Yeah, that's true. I would
Your
buy.
mentality unafaa
It's
kuchange.
shocking.
Huwezi kuwa unateseka. You can be a millionaire, dollar millionaire even at 2025. It depends unafanya nini.
Forex. Ndio
It
nataka
depends
kutuambia
amina
sasa.
unafanya nini amina. It
Hapana.
depends.
Or it's true.
Unaweza pewa tu
especially
file
now
upeleke kwa ofisi alafu
with
utoke
social
na.
media.
Economics differs and says hakuna vile mtu, especially at a certain age, and you're not from a family that is wealthy, or you have inherited property, so you've not lived long enough to accumulate that sort of wealth. All of a sudden, you're in your late 20s, early 30s, even in your 40s, and you own the same amount of money that industries that produce things that are in fast-moving consumer good business are earning, and you're an individual. Please, usitubebe ufala.
Usitubebe ufa. Thank you, Cindy. You're worth 10 billion.
There's
Kenya
no way,
shillings.
and you're due 28.
As you were a clerk for 11 years
There
of
is
your
nowhere.
adult life. Yeah, some of them don't make sense. Some of them do. And that's why, you know, because now people have really glamorized politics. We feel as though it's politics that you can really
It's the
live
ticket
out
to
your dream.
success.
Yes. To riches, to wealth, to really truly changing your family's life, your family and your friends and your own life. You have to, you know, get into politics. So 2027 here I come. I'm joking. I'm joking. We do need serious policy makers. Truly, we do. All right, so now from that all the way to KRA, the tax authorities will soon gain access to mobile money platforms like Paybill and Till numbers. By the end of the year, these platforms will be converted into electronic tax registers, allowing the taxman to track transactions and ensure every Kenyan pays their fair share of taxes. And this has just made sense because let me tell you, in it was Sanford. Yeah, Sanford lazima ulipe cash.
Why?
See, it's easier for them. That's just how they want to run their business.
Sanford Peke, by the way. There are very many places. You're like, till number, send money.
Send money. See, send money.
Oh, cash, because send money can
we
also
don't
be
have-
traced.
They can even, what if they backtrack it?
By
They
the way.
backdate it, sorry.
It's not bad.
Because you just owe a lot of money. What do you mean you've been making $1 billion a year? You know,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
small businesses that what would around. It's been the same. It's just been some dodgy corner somewhere. It makes really good money per day. You would be surprised.
Let
Some
me
of these
tell you.
small locals, you would be very, very surprised.
Very surprised. Let me tell you something else. Another group that KRA is targeting, send money, chama. So uko kwa chama sana inakuanga ya madem.
Yeah.
Kuna ya 20,000, 50,000 and like your 12 people. Unatumia mtu moja treasurer pesa. You know KRA is tracking and saying this person gets on average 500k, 600k a month. Wanapigia nini simu, the treasurer simu anasema if this is a real chama, you register it. You have a bank account, pesa ipelekwe huko. So now KRA are really deep into people's pockets. Paka chama wanafuata. So when you watu wa chama, sijui naeka pesa sijui ya nini, watu wa treasurers wa matanga, sijui you're being followed by KRA. That's how much this government is looking for tax.
But that's very wrong, Cindy.
You know, let me tell you something, Cindy. Like we always say on this show, no one has refused to pay their taxes.
Absolutely.
People are more than glad, in fact, to pay. Yes, they're willing, more than willing to pay their taxes if at all we can see where they go and what it actually does.
Yeah.
Because people are not seeing the return. We are paying, life is harder, we're changing schools, you know, where our kids go because we can't afford the other one.
Yeah.
Things are just really hard and really tough for everyone. You have you used to, there are certain things you used to do per month, now you've reduced. After your self-care, unafanya kwa nyumba. Like, you know, you've really cut down on expenses, but you're still paying all these taxes. You don't know where it's going, kiddo. You can't see where it's going. And I know you have something to say, but I have to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll start with you, Sawa. Okay. And we'll also read your comments back at home. Are you a dollar millionaire watching the show and wondering why are these people hating? I'd love to hear from you. And any of your thoughts about Pastor Nganga, the polio vaccine, and any of the other story that we've talked about, please do hit us up at The Trend Live on X. We'll be back after this. And welcome back. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of your tweets at The Trend Live. Let me start off with Kido. Kido, watu Twitter wanasema nini? I mean X.
Jamani, watu pale kwenye X wamekasirika kidogo in regards to the concern of effects of polio and vaccination. Tumeona pale jamaa fulani anaitwa Mucheile anasema America has been the spreader of the anti-vax propaganda.
Anti-vaccine propaganda.
And kama ana suggest pale wamtafute awambie vizuri sana. As I look for more in regards to Pastor Nganga disappointment after receiving little offering, Abuga anasema mnataka mchungaji kule nini? Kule kondoa kule nini?
Kama tunatoa
kondoo.
tunatoa pesa kidogo ni madharau. It's disrespectful.
Double K anauliza kwani anataka ngapi?
Anataka 1,000
ikienda juu. Kuna target Cindy.
Kuna time alikuwa ameambia wase he had given water. I think they are given water maybe I don't know, the people at the front were given water. And he was upset and said kila mtu atoe 1,000 ya hiyo maji ama amrudishie maji yake. Actually I don't think he asked for his water back. I think he just asked for 1,000 bob for the bottle of water. You are 50 bob, you know, but yeah, he doesn't play around. He doesn't play around. Cindy?
I can't remember the tweet, but someone's like, Kwani Sindu nakula mogoka, you keep chewing. Let me tell you. So I had this gum. It's not getting soft. It's just... And
are you still chewing?
I'm still chewing it, and it's such a nice... I'm committed to making sure that it gets soft. It's just... I'm like, why are you resisting? Why are you being so hard-headed? No, you have to get... That is the purpose of you being in my mouth. So it's a war between my jaws and the gum. Now there's Hilda who says... Some of the millionaires, pesa ni wash na wengine have sold their souls elsewhere to get that wealth. Let me tell you, it's not Niger movies, oh. It is not Niger movies.
It's not Niger movies. It's just money laundering and just deals under the table
will
deals.
Say, oh, Cindy, too many Niger movies. People are, the strange things, I think I even mentioned last week, the strange things happening in this country. There's just a very weird sort of season spirit in the air where funny things are happening and are being allowed, they're being brushed aside, they're being normalized. It is not normal.
It's so true. Let me tell you, if you've ever found yourself with very influential people, and I'm talking about very, 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 you know, the higher ups. There are people who, and they're not as open, but there are things they will mention that will have you wondering and thinking. Yeah, no, it's true. They don't, but they also, you know, ask these things to sort of test you out. Yeah, so nimejipata mahali fulani nashangaa watu wanazungumzia nini hawa, wanazungumzia nini? But yes, there are a lot of deals that are happening, and Kido could also be right, especially in TZ. I've heard about those things in TZ. I'm serious.
Mganga wako ni nani Amina?
Mimi sina, ningekuwa hapa na wewe. Ningekuwa hapa na wewe. Kakangu.
Wale wako na waganga fanyangi job, lakini wako na
do. Employed.
Wako na do. Let me tell you, it's not normal for a girl to meet a boy, for them to go on a date, and for her body to end up headless. It is not normal.
It's not.
For people to gang rape a man and take videos and share on social media. It is not normal for children to be burnt in a school for no explanation, and some children put in a bus-headed wear. Those are not normal things.
True.
So those who have ears, let them hear.
It's true.
Pesaraka, just to add maybe one more tweet. Demi anasema hapa, first I'd like to thank Beyonce for this opportunity.
Oh my gosh.
Washirika wa Pastor Nganga saw it coming, so they should be surprised. Plus, attending his service is one of my bucket list. Amina, tunaenda kanisa Pastor Nganga
and then he will find content creation by them.
Yes. I did want to go. There's a time I wanted to go. I was supposed to go with actually one of my colleagues here at Nation alafu akanini last minute because ati alikuwa anaogopa they'll find us out. They'll tell and smell us out of the congregation and say we are not meant to be here, or we are just here, for fun times. Alafu wataona yani ni madharau sasa, because why are we there to laugh? We are waiting for him to be upset. Me, what makes me happy, by the way, is when he goes on live, because he's done this a couple of times, where he gets angry while alone.
Yes, on live.
Gets in an argument by himself. I love it so much.
So
I am sorry.
comical.
I am not sorry. I've taken my sorry back. Why am I even sorry? Like he has arguments by himself all the time, and I love it. He's all alone. Yana nakasirika peke yake zinanibamba. But anyway, I don't know how I didn't start the show by thanking Beyonce, so I just want to thank Beyonce for this show. I'll thank her also on the trend at 10 p.m. In case you're wondering what's all this thank Beyonce. Now, apparently, people are alleging that they are thanking that all these celebrities, when they go on stage to win, to receive their awards, they keep thanking Beyonce. Because they want her to spare their lives. Yes. Apparently, she runs things in Hollywood, her together with her husband, Jay-Z. This is all, of course, after all the allegations of P. Diddy came about, and they're saying that Jay-Z is even worse. Beyonce is now the queen. Queen Sheikh-Twan. God damn. Anyway, but yeah, so everyone keeps thanking her all the time. Now, let's move on. Kido, I know you had a point, but let's just move on. Do we move on? I'm okay, real quick.
About cashless thing is that the government is trying to fight the small entrepreneurs, because we are trying to get rid of cashless system. I don't know what's happening. Kwa sababu waria waliona hiki kitu kitambo sana. Ukienda Isili, hakuna mambo ya
M-Pesa, ni ukweli. That's true.
Cash.
Ni cash. Kwanza nakuambia ama withdraw.
Shika agent to nipatie.
Ni withdraw.
That's true. People do give you a number to withdraw from. They even have it off the top of their head. Then they call someone. They're like, hello, Cindy, Mabata Besa. I don't know why I'm talking like that. And they're my peeps. Surely.
Because you can get the ups and downs.
Right. But that's what they do. Shout out to my brothers. Hey, but they have money. In fact, you're dollar millionaire pia. Hey.
Wako huko?
Wasomali
Hapa tu down the road, by the way.
Na kwamba hizo banks za Wasomali nikiendanga. Yani na feel hakuna kitu nimekuja ku deposit hapa. Hakuna, but they have money. They do. So shout out to them. Now, let's move on. A Turkish Airline flight from Seattle to Istanbul made an emergency landing in New York after the plane's captain, Isehin Pehlivan, I hope I pronounced the name correctly, tragically died mid-flight from a heart attack. Despite the crew's efforts to revive him, he, at 59 years of age, could not be saved. The flight crew, including a co-pilot, diverted the Airbus 350 to JFK Airport, where it landed safely. Now, he had been with Turkish Airline since 2007 and had recently passed a medical check in 2014 with no signs of health issues. And our thoughts, of course, go to his family, colleagues, friends, and everyone. May his soul rest in peace. Pole sana. And I know the name I must have butchered, but Pole ni sana. Pole ni sana. Yeah.
It's so sad, it's so sad to lose someone, to the family, like to the friends. It's so sad. I just want to wish them, may God give them strength during this difficult time. But something we've learned from this situation is that we need to have, I believe we should have medical officers, practitioners on board moving forward.
Yeah, by the
because
way.
Kama ingekuwa ni rais amebebwa kwa hiyo ndege.
Hapa. Yote unaenda mbali. Anyway, endelea kidogo.
Unaona kitu kama hiyo? we can't afford to lose, we can't afford to have more cases like this. So my suggestion moving forward, we should have medical practitioners officers. Ama ikiwezekana wale crew, cabin crew, at least wapitishwe pale, you know, courses kidogo za medical. But my ideal is to have a medical practitioner, a doctor kwa ndege to avoid such situation moving forward.
Yeah, alafu unajua, it's also just another reminder because imenikumbusha ile Kobe Bryant, but when you leave home in the morning, there's no promise
get back
that you're going
it's
to.
a blessing. It's a blessing.
It is. Truly,
It truly is a blessing. What caught my attention about this story is that when the pilot passed on, the crew, and they didn't say the co-pilot, the crew put, they swung into place and they were able to save the day. I wonder if our crew is that skilled. Just
Are they, what I'll say, they did their best. What I'll say, they did their best. But you see at the end, pia ilikuwa imeandikwa, you know, you can avoid some things. But what I'll suggest is that moving forward, you need to be careful. Alafu pia unaona passengers. Wali hawakuwa shock hivyo.
Because the crew was equipped, the crew was trained. I wonder what kind of training there is to be a crew member in a Kenyan airline, you know, other than maybe, I don't know what other kind of training that they have.
But our cops have to have straight teeth, and I don't know what.
You know,
I imagine they are trained. I imagine they're trained.
It would be nice if there's somebody in the airline industry and I'm getting all this wrong, please correct us, because all we know is what we see when we're told, fasten your seatbelts, the masks, you know, on these aisles. That's all we see. It would be nice to know or learn, if even us, because I think as a country we're really horrible with disasters. And we are also really horrible with
generally
and training more people with one skill. Utapata kwa ofisi moja ni mtu moja tu ndio anajua kufiksi kamera, kivunjika ni hivyo. Na nakufa na hiyo skill, and also don't like sharing skills. We like just personalizing these things. But
Aki, it's true. We used to have a sound engineer at Capital FM.
We don't.
Yeah. It's true.
Let me tell you, today, me and my husband, we had an experience. We went to a government office to fix an e-Teams issue, and you were told the guy for e-Teams ayuko amenda msikiti ajarudi sayo ni 3 4 paka my husband Liza, so God forbid this guy falls sick. Unajua kusema hizi issues zote za e-Teams hakuna mtu mwingine atafix. We like ni mtu moja tu kwa hii department. We don't like sharing knowledge.
Information.
Because if you share the knowledge, you'll be fired.
You'll be fired and you will be useless.
It's a way of me preserving my
But there's actually value in many people knowing this. We like hoarding. Unaona ukienda downtown ni duka mingi zote. Mtu mmoja alianza duka ya simu. Sasa the whole of downtown duka ya simu. There's a lady alianza story. What if I take warus, I cut them real thin, I fry them myself at traffic squeeze. Kila mahali utapata hizo cripples at traffic. We are not ingenious in terms of we replicate, we duplicate, we copy and paste.
Copy and paste. Just to add something, Cindy. Pia sisi passengers ambao tumetravel kidogo kwa ndege. I mean, I just travel sana, lakini I'll be leaving the country on Monday. I'm going to Uganda. I want to ask this.
Real quick, Cindy, let me tell you. So, you know what to say a few weeks ago. Let me tell you every story.
Yes.
Was, you know, when I went to South Africa, you know, hey, kiddo, we're even talking about small chat.
You know, when I'm going to Dubai first class.
Surely.
I'm going to Uganda, but now this is a concern to the passengers. When the cabin crew wanatufundisha mambo ya first aid emergency, we never pay attention.
No.
One. Second, I want them to introduce something like a first aid session. So wakishamaliza kuambia watu exit ni na hii na hii, kuna zile choking, kuna zile ukifaint, kuna zile una feel like pressure.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They have to introduce that
in your free time. St. John offers them for free. Red Cross offer them for free. Every day they're always asking volunteers, please come, learn, so that when anyone gets a heart attack, hapo kama hapa archives, you know, ama hapo karibu wakipanga line ya double M, mtu akifanikiwa na kitu, hakuna mtu anajuanga kitu ya kufanya. And it's free. You just go, and who knows, you can even now get a job and go outside the country and be a caregiver, which I understand is, you know,
is dollar millionaire money.
Stop, that's not what I meant. Anyway, now who knew birds are so expensive? Oh man, we're closing. But I wanted to talk about the 8 billion Kenya shillings that Kenya Airways spends annually to repair airlines because of the bird strikes that they get at JKIA. And that's, sorry, over the past 4 years, not annually, forgive me. 8 billion in the past 4 years, repairing aircrafts that have been damaged by birds.
I'd believe it. I know it sounds like it's a scandal, but I'd believe it.
Another scandal loading.
Airlines, they are so expensive. They are so expensive. They're not made here. You can't ship a part. Sometimes you have to ship the whole plane. It is so expensive.
Engineer, you go around.
I believe.
Okay, imagine sasa you I was going to say you're do shoot and
Like
So imagine last week there was a strike. This week there's a strike. Oh my days.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's
expensive.
so expensive.
We've got to end the show.
I totally believe it.
We've got to end the show. Kiddo?
About the birds?
No,
strike?
we don't have time. Say bye.
Oh, guys, see you, my Ugandan people.
See you in Uganda.
I'm coming.
Stop it. Anyway, Glenn Washington is up at 10 p.m. I want to hear how it was performing at a
church. Please ask him.
I will. I have to. And of course, you can watch as well. We have a host of other guests all happening at 10 p.m. right after the news. Time now for the news. So I've got to love and leave you. My name is Amina Abdurrabah. Thank you to Kido. Thank you to Cindy, my panelist tonight. I'll catch you at 10 p.m. Good evening.